Hey guys, it's Hogan here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this dropshipping website using WordPress. So as you guys know, most people will create a dropshipping site using the Shopify platform. However, you can actually create one using WordPress as well. So for those people who are more familiar with the WordPress platform, perhaps you're using it already, or you're looking for a cheaper alternative to the Shopify platform, then this video is perfect for you. Now, before we begin, I do want to explain exactly what dropshipping is, as well as manage your expectations when it comes to making money with dropshipping. So basically with dropshipping, we're able to import a product, for example, this product over here for $5 onto our store, and we're able to mark it up. Okay, so once we actually mark it up, we're able to start selling and start advertising. And if a customer purchases products, then we're able to order directly from the supplier and the supplier will ship it to your customer. So basically you don't have to deal with any fulfillment and you don't have to purchase thousands of dollars worth of inventory before you can actually start selling online. So this is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. So this basically means that a competitor can come in here and start importing the same product as you, start advertising and start, replicating your entire website by tomorrow. So that basically means that if competition is high, then generally profits are going to be low. So this is generally the case with dropshipping. Now, a lot of people who teach dropshipping, even they create challenge videos, it's just not very profitable. And even if they make money, it's a very small window of opportunity because it gets saturated really quickly, right? Because people are able to basically sell the same thing. I don't really want to, say that it's all bad. I just wanted to help you understand exactly what dropshipping is about. And in my opinion, I think it's kind of like university where you go there and you learn, and only after university, then you get a job, then you start making money, right? Same thing with dropshipping. You start learning about, e-commerce, you start learning how to source products, advertising, marketing, creating content. And after that, you're able to really identify which products that you want to sell. Then you can invest a little bit more money and creating your own sort of custom products and start selling and creating your own e-commerce brand so you can create a long-term business from that. So that's the purpose of this video, is to get you started with e-commerce and, create a brand in the long term. And we're doing so using the WordPress platform. So with this website, it has all the features that you need. For example, you've got this menu item here. You've also got currency selection. You've got a cart as well, and people can select the product they want to buy, and then they can fill in the details, select the shipping, and purchase from you, and you can get paid as well. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can also drop it in the comment section below. Without much further ado, we're going to get started in this tutorial. Okay, so what do we need, as well as what are the costs of starting a dropshipping website in WordPress? The first thing you'll need is a domain name, and a domain name is just basically your website's name. For example, my domain name is hoganchua.com, Google's domain name is google.com, your one will be your store name or your brand name.com, and that's going to be free for the first year, as that's included in the hosting plan. So your hosting is basically just where all your website files will be stored, such as like images and content, so that people all around the world can access your website 24/7. And that costs between $3 to $5 per month, depending on which plan that we select. The third thing we need is WordPress. So WordPress is one of the most popular content management systems in the world. It's basically like a software that you add onto your hosting that allows you to create a website without any technical knowledge, no coding or anything like that. They have a bunch of drag and drop themes. You've also got like plugins. So there's a lot of things that you can create, like a blog, website, e-commerce store. But we're going to be using something called AliDropship, which is a plugin that we add onto our WordPress website that adds the dropshipping functionality. For example, it allows us to easily one-click import products from AliExpress, as well as semi-automate the process of fulfilling the orders, as well as a bunch of other really cool things. That is going to be a one-time fee of around $80 with using the coupon code Hogan. And that is basically all we need to pay for in terms of the website cost. In terms of inventory, obviously that's going to be $0 because we're drop shipping. But if you want to purchase, products for photography or do advertising, you're going to need some money for that as well. So to get started with the website, we're going to go to a website called Hostinger. So we can go to your browser and just type in hostinger.com/Hogan, and then Chua, CHUA, and then click on enter. So from here we can scroll down, and here we have 3 different web hosting plans that we can choose from. So generally for the single web hosting, I only recommend that if you're building like sort of like a portfolio type of website, very small website, because you just don't get as much resources as you get on the premium or the business plan, sort of making your website kind of a little bit slower. I do recommend either the premium or the business plan, because first of all, the premium plan, you do get the free domain name included as well. Okay, same with the business plan, but with the business plan, you get even more power for your website. It's sort of just like a faster computer. It'll allow your website to load faster for your visitors, as well as when you're building a website, things just might be faster. So generally I do recommend the premium or higher. So in this video, I'm just going to go ahead and get the premium plan, and we're going to click on select. Over here, we have to choose a period. Generally, I recommend 12 months or longer, because if you go month to month, it's not the best deal, because if you get the month to month and you use it for a year, $13 times 12, it's probably going to be like 150 plus already for that entire year. If you get like, let's say for example, the 48 months one, which is 4 years in total, that is roughly only the same as if you were to actually get the month to month for 1 year. So it's much better deal if you go for 12 months or longer. The main difference here is the price. Okay, so as you can see, it gets cheaper if you go for a longer term, as well as the renewals are also cheaper if you go for a longer term. So depending on which one you want to go for, just select that one and then scroll down. So over here, you can create your accounts on Hostinger. So this is the account email that you'll need to log into Hostinger with. So you can either sign up by using your Google account or your Facebook account. In this case, I might select Google and basically just sign up using my Google account. I'm going to select my email here, and that's basically just going to link my Google account to Hostinger. So when I log in, I just have to log into my Google account. So you can go ahead and do that as well. And the next thing we need to do is to pay. So here we can select the different payment methods. You can also pay by crypto as well. And what's cool with Hostinger, you also get the free domain name, but you also get the domain whois privacy protection, basically just hiding your personal details like your address, email, and phone number. This is really good because it prevents people from contacting you, like marketing agencies or people who are doing, websites and SEO. Normally they'll contact you because they know you're starting a new business. It's really great to have this included. Some of the other providers, do have to pay for that on a yearly basis. So over here, you can select your country. And then over here, we can select, have a coupon code, and you can enter in the coupon code Hogan Chua, and then click on apply. And hopefully that's going to save you a little bit more money as well. So the next thing we need to do is basically just put in your credit card details and click on submit secure payment, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Okay, so over here, just click on start now, and I'm going to select I'm creating a website for myself, and I'm going to select I'm building it for myself, and I'm going to click on online store, or you can just skip the experience as well. So, okay, no thanks. And then over here, we're going to create a new website. So click here on the left, and we're going to be using WordPress. So click on select. And over here, choose your language, set in the admin email. So this is the email that we're going to be logging into our WordPress account with, as well as adding in a password. And then from here, just click on continue. So here they're going to install some plugins. So what we're going to do is we're just going to skip all these and click on skip. I'll manage the plugins later. Here they're going to ask you to pre-install some themes. So we're not going to be using the themes over here. So click on skip. I don't need a template. I'll show you guys how to install a dropshipping theme later. So over here we're going to claim a free domain name. So click on select. And then here we need to enter in a domain name. So for your domain name, if you don't know what domain name that you want to go for, you can go to a website called namelicks.com, and you can enter a few sort of keywords related to your e-commerce store, and they'll basically generate some names, and you can try and see if any name matches the one that you want to go for. So maybe let's just do home, or maybe let's do travel bags, and click on generate. And here we can select sort of different name styles. I'm just going to go with auto, click on next, and I want medium, click on next as well. Brand information, add any keywords that might be related. I'm just going to click on generate. And then over here, it might give you some different ideas that you may want to use. So you do want to basically search it up and see if it's basically been taken as well. So some of these ones are okay-ish. Travel pack. Okay, let's just try travel TRVL. Okay, let's do TRVL. Travel bags. Probably taken. Let's select the .com extension. So where is it? Over here. Click on select. Okay, so as you can see, that one has been taken. So let's just do travel. Okay, so I got sort of an idea. I'm gonna do something like VJ maybe 341, something like that. Mainly because it's sort of like the flight number. Okay, and let's just see if that's available. Okay, so that is available, VJ341, and we're gonna go ahead and click on continue. So over here, you need to enter in your details. So I'm just going to click on next. And over here, just fill in your contact details. Once that is done, click on finish registration. Over here, we can select the server location of your hosting. So here we can click on change. So depending on where your main audience is, you want to select the data center which is closest to your audience. So if, for example, you are selling in somewhere near Singapore in Southeast Asia, you'd probably go to Singapore or India. If you're selling in Australia, probably you would go for Singapore as well. If you're selling in the United States, just go with the North America data center. This basically just allows your website to load quicker because the hosting location is closer to your visitor. So the distance for that data to travel is going to be less, and that's going to be quite important as well. So click on change and click on finish setup. Okay, so that's completed. So to edit your website, you can click on the admin panel, and that's going to open up in a new window. To manage your website, the hosting and control panel, you can click on manage site over here. So this is also known as the H panel, and this is where you basically control your website, like for example, your domain names, your hosting accounts, email accounts, and billing and things like that. I'll go through this a little bit later. I'll show you guys how to create a free email as well. So another thing that you do want to do is you want to go back to your email and make sure you verify your email address. And you may also be sent some emails to basically confirm your domain name sort of details as well. Okay, so this email over here. Okay, so we need to click on this one, verify contact information for vj341.com. Click on that. And then click on validate, and that's going to validate your domain name. Let's just continue the site. Okay, so your email address has been verified successfully, and then that should be good to go. So hopefully with your page over here, it's going to load up soon. Let's just refresh this page. Maybe let's just give it a little rest to let Hostinger sort of set up our website. I think it might be under maintenance right now, so I'm going to give it a rest for 5 minutes and come back. Okay, so finally after around 15-20 minutes, hosting has finished its planned maintenance and we're able to log into our WordPress dashboard area. So to log into your WordPress dashboard area, you want to type in your domain.com/wp-admin, and that's going to take you to basically the login area like this. Okay. And what I do recommend is basically just bookmarking it. So let's just say, for example, wp-admin, okay, and then just bookmarking that to your browser. Then just putting in your email and the password that you set in earlier, and then click on login. So there's another way that you can actually log in, and that's logging into your hosting a H panel area, clicking on websites, and then here we have our website, and then you can also click on admin panel as well. okay? And that's going to redirect you to the WordPress dashboard. Okay, so let's just go to our dashboard here, like that, okay? So the next thing that we need to do is, as you can see, our website is very plain now. It's just basically sort of like a blog. It doesn't have any functionality. So what we need to do is to install a theme as well as to install AliDropship. So what you can do is open up a new browser, and over here, type in hoganchua.com/AliDropship, and then click on enter. And that's going to take you to the AliDropship extension and plugin. So here we're going to click on buy now for $89. And here we're just going to enter in our details and payment details. Okay, so once you've entered in the coupon, then it's going to save you 10 or 15% off. And you're going to get the AliDropship original plugin for WordPress as well as the AliDropship plugin for WooCommerce. So you get both of these plugin versions. One of them is for WooCommerce compatible themes. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to use the original plugin with the WordPress. Now, if you're using a WooCommerce compatible theme and you have WooCommerce already, then you may need to use this theme over here. Okay, so I'll probably make another video covering this, but in this video, we're going to be covering this one because it's probably the most simple one for most beginners to get started with. So scrolling down over here, click on complete order. So scrolling down over here, it's asking if you want to add sell via. So basically this is sort of like their dropshipping supplier website that they have also created as well for faster shipping in the United States. So we're just going to skip this for now. And here we have a bunch of other sort of add-ons that you may want to get as well. So we're going to go ahead and skip that as well. So on this page is where you can download the AliDropship plugin. And you've also got the AliDropship WooCommerce plugin down here. And this is your license key. So instead of downloading the plugin directly from over here, we do want to download the version 8.1, PHP 8.1. So as you can see, this is for 7.1 and 7.2 plus, but we need the one which is 8.1. So to actually get that, we can hover over resources and then we can go over here, updates. So I'm going to open link in a new tab. Okay. And I'm going to copy the license key to my clipboard. I'm going to come back over here to updates page. So you can go to this page directly if you need to as well, updates-plugin. And then for the plugin version, we want the AliDropship original. And then we want to select the PHP version, which is 8.1, because that is what Hostinger is by default, PHP 8.1. And then just paste in your license key here and then click on download. Okay, and save that onto your desktop and we'll install that plugin shortly. So the next thing that you'll need to do is you need to go to your Hostinger's panel area, H panel area, and we need to enable something called the IonCube loader. So we need to go to websites and here click on manage. And then on the left hand side over here, scroll down to advanced and then click on PHP configuration. And as you can see, this is the default PHP 8.1 and that is the plugin that we downloaded just now. So let's go back over here, click on PHP extensions and then make sure the IonCube loader is checked. So check it, scroll down and then save it. Okay, so once that is saved, then you'll be able to activate the plugin onto your website. So if you can't find it, sometimes they might change the sort of layout. Then you can always click over here on the bottom right and ask the chat support that you're looking for the IonCube loader. Okay, so let's go back over here and let's install the plugin. So the process is fairly similar if you're using a different hosting provider as well. Just contact your chat support if you can't find where the PHP configuration is and where the IonCube loader is. So once you've found it, then you can go back over here, go to the plugins, and then click on add new, and then click on upload plugins, choose file, And then we're going to choose the file that we downloaded, which is this one. So alids first ion81.zip, open, and then click on install now. So sometimes if you are using the PHP version 7.1 and above, or 7.2 and above, then you download the older versions and install those. Otherwise, it's not going to be compatible. Okay, so generally these days it should be like 8.1 or higher anyway for most hosting providers. So let's head back over here and activate the plugin. Okay, so that has been activated successfully. So if you don't have the IonCube loader activated, then it won't show. It will show that it is an error. So while we're here, we want to click on AliDropship on the top left, and that's going to take you to the AliDropship sort of menu over here. Click on the license. So we need to basically just paste in the license key that we have from before. So just paste that in and then click on activate. So let's head back to the main menu, and then we're going to install a theme. So hover over appearance and then click on themes. So we can go back over here. So let's go and see all themes. So I'm just going to go and open link in a new tab. Okay. Or you can go to alidropship.com/themes, scroll down, and we're going to install the AliDropship original plugin theme. So you can click onto that. So they do have some paid themes over here, which is $67, and you can purchase that later. But I recommend just starting off with the free one and see how you go. And if you do want to pay, then you can get the premium ones later. So let's go ahead and click on view details, and also leave a link in the description directly to this theme. So you can click on it and you can download it directly if you need to. So let's click on download theme. Okay, and download and save that to your desktop. Okay, so I already downloaded that. So let's head back over here, and we're going to click on appearance, themes. Over here is the default themes which are installed and active. Click on add new, upload theme, choose file, and choose the theme that you just downloaded, which is this one over here. Click on open and install now. And then we need to activate that theme. And then right now we can go ahead and hover over the top here, click on visit site, and our new theme should be activated. So I'm going to walk you through how to set up the plugin, import the products, and customize the theme. So right now I'm going to show you guys how to import products from AliExpress onto your WordPress website. So before we can actually import any products, we need to download the AliDropship Chrome extension. So you can just Google that and it's going to be the first result. So over here, it should be the one by AliDropship and it's got a tick. So you want to install it onto your Chrome browser. Then once you've installed it, you can go back to AliExpress, and here we can click on the Chrome extensions and then click on AliDropship 2.0. And what we need to do is to connect the AliExpress website to our WordPress website. Okay, so what we need to do is, this is the URL, so you can put in your URL and click on add, and then over here I'm going to click on login and I'm going to authorize it, and that should be connected. So we can go back over here and click on AliDropship 2.0, and then it should have this little green dot on the top left hand side over there. Okay, so that means it's connected. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you guys how to import products. So you can either do a search for the products you want to import, or you can browse by category, or you can look at the top selling items on the homepage as well. But I'm not really going to go through a sort of product research tutorial. I'm mainly just going to show you guys how to import the products, because product research is probably going to be like a very, very long video, and there are a lot of other sort of tutorials showing you that as well. So we're going to go ahead and import perhaps some bags, some luggage bags or something like that. So let's go to business backpacks, click into that. And let's say we scroll down over here and we found a product that we really like. For example, this one over here, we can go ahead and click into that. And then over here on the top, okay, you should have this toolbar here, AliDropship, that basically shows that it is connected. And you can also scroll down to sort of view the reviews as well. So you can check out the pictures, see if it's any good, read the actual reviews and see the quality, right? And you can also go over here on the top as well, hover over it, and you can check the store details. So sometimes you may want to check the store details and see perhaps if there's any other sort of products that they're selling as well. And you can also import products directly from the same store. So that way their sort of shipping will be sort of in one package. Okay, so over here, let's go back and let's hover over here and click on edit. And this is basically going to take us to the edit page. Okay, it's going to pull all the information from this page. This is the title over here. So you do want to shorten the title to a very nice title. I'm just going to briefly show you guys what I would do. So I think this one is more of a, perhaps a anti-theft waterproof laptop travel bag. So I just want to rename it to something that's sort of more user-friendly than having like a really long title. And for the permalink, this is the URL structure, and generally you do want to have it as same as the title. So let's just paste that in, same as title, click on tick. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is we're going to click on add new category, and you can set in a category here. So perhaps this one is going to be backpacks, like that, and then click on add, and that's going to add the category in here, and hopefully that's going to load. Okay, so it's not loading for some reason. Okay, don't worry about it. We can edit that a little bit later as well. So over here we've got the product description. Okay, so this is the product description directly from the supplier itself. Okay, so you can take this information and try to recreate it for your own website. Okay, because sometimes you might be importing a lot of different products from different suppliers, and they all sort of have different designs and things like that. So you may want to sort of get your own product images done and tweak it and make it sort of similar to your branding, right? So I'm not going to go through that in this video, but let's just say, for example, you do want to keep most of it for now. You can also click in here and delete it, right? So you can click into perhaps, let's say, which is not, maybe something not a good image. Let's just say this last one's not a good image. You can just click it and you can delete it like that, right? So you can delete it later on as well. And you've also got the gallery here. You can also click on the pencil icon over here, okay? And you can also basically erase that logo, okay? So you can click over here with the color dropper tool and click anywhere on the page like that to get the color of the background, and then we can just cover that like that, okay? And then click on save. So you can do this for the rest of the videos, if rest of the pictures if you need to. You can also set it as the featured image if you want to. So for example, you may want to have this one as the featured image. You can do that as well. I'm just going to make that one as the featured image like that. And here we've got the pricing. So the pricing of the product is around $17. So I'm going to deselect pricing formula. I just want to manually set in the price, apply to all variations. And I'm going to set in the price, perhaps, let's just do, so it's 17, let's just do $49. And the actual price, let's just do 79. And scrolling down over here, these are the different variations of the product. Okay, so different colors and different sizes. So here we've got the item specifics. So what I do recommend is just deleting stuff that is probably not sort of useful for the customer. Perhaps you don't want the brand name, you can delete that. The origin, perhaps let's just change it to China. Probably don't really need the city, okay? And decoration, let's just delete that one. And you can go through and delete whichever one is not necessary. So in terms of dropshipping, let's say, for example, you're building just a normal e-commerce store, like selling bags and things like that. You don't really want to use the exact same photos as the manufacturer. You do want to get your own. So basically, you want to make sure that you really try to clean everything up and try to make it as best as possible, because you are competing against a lot of other people who are probably selling similar or same products. Okay, so once that is done, we can click on add to import list, or you can also click on publish to publish it directly onto our website. Okay, so let's just say, for example, sometimes it might sort of like freeze. If that sort of happens, then what I recommend doing is basically just sort of adding the import list without editing anything on here, okay? Because you can actually edit it in the WordPress dashboard anyway. So we can go ahead and just add to import list without editing anything here, and it should be imported onto your website. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add in just a few more products so that I'm able to show you guys how to display it on your WordPress website. So let's just go back to luggages and bags, and I'm going to go and import a travel bag. So let's just go ahead and import this one over here. And I'm just going to click on import, okay, and that's going to import directly to my import list. Let's head back over here. Let's add perhaps this bag over here. Okay, so once you're ready, you can go back to your dashboard area, and to view the product, we can click on products over here. Okay, and here we have all the products that we added to the import list. So we can go ahead and click into that. And here we've got the title, and you've also got the permalink. Now, sometimes you may need to change the permalink structure because it does have like .com and then / and then it's got index PHP and things like that. So if you do have that, then what you want to do is you want to go to the settings, click on permalinks, and you want to change the permalink structure to the post name. So select post name, scroll down, and save changes. Okay, once that is done, click on products again, and let's navigate back over here, and I'll show you guys how you can edit your product pages. So over here we've got the description of the products, and as before, we can go ahead and delete anything in here and add any text or add any graphics. So you can click on add media. If you have sort of images that you've taken yourself, you want to add that in, you can. So what I generally recommend is probably not using exactly, as what the supplier has. You do want to change everything to your own sort of branding, because if you're importing a lot from different suppliers, then it's going to look really sort of incongruent. So sometimes you may want to change the designs and things like that. So over here, can scroll down, and let's just navigate to the product options, okay, over here. So generally, I like to keep it just as the US dollar by default. And on here, on the right-hand side, you've got how it works. So each one of these tabs has actually got an explanation of how each section works. So you can go through that. But I'm just going to go through it briefly. So here we've got the different attributes of the products. So basically like the variations of it. So click on the variations, and this is where you can actually change the pricing of each of the different variations. You can also set the default variation to display as the main product. Okay, so you can click on the edit icon over here, and if you want to disable the product, you can change the price, the quantity as well. And once you've done, make sure to click on save changes. Okay, then you can go to the shipping. So over here, we haven't really set in sort of other shipping methods. So basically, if like, for example, a product is maybe like a heavy type of product, you may not want to offer free shipping. You can select the different shipping options. We'll go through that a little bit later. The item specifics has been directly sort of imported as well. So you do want to go through that and sort of tidy it up, or you can add some other attributes as necessary. So let's just say, for example, let's just delete the model number like that. Okay, exterior, delete that like that, and just make sure you save changes when you're done. The packaging, so this is the packaging size. If you know the size and the weight, you can put that in. The supplier, so this is really important. So as you know that we imported directly from that AliExpress, it's going to pull all the product ID as well as the product URL and the store URL as well as store name, so that you can keep track of your supplier. And it's also going to basically help us semi-automate the ordering process. Okay, here we've got the update option. So here you can set in the update options. So basically when a product disappears or is out of stock, generally I put it as when it disappears, I'm going to set the quantity to 0. When a variation disappears or is out of stock, I'm going to set it to 0 as well. And here we're going to leave update automatically and click on update product. Okay, so you can also set in when the price changes to do nothing as well, if you want to maintain that price. And I'll show you where you can actually edit the universal settings of that, of the update function, because you do want to set it for like maybe all the products without doing it individually. So here we've got the gallery. Okay, so you can add new images, or you can edit the images as well by clicking on the little sort of pencil icon over here. Okay, and you've also got cross-selling. So cross-selling is basically the related product section on each of the product pages. I'll go through that in a second. And another really important part is the reviews. Okay, so let's just click on publish for now, and I'll show you the sort of where the related products will be. So let's just click on this over here, scrolling down. Okay, when you put in the cross-selling items, the related products will be over here on the bottom like that. So if you have quite a few other products, you can show that there as well. So let's go ahead and import the reviews. Okay, so scrolling down, click on reviews. Here we can import the reviews 3 stars or higher. We can also select the countries that we want to import the reviews from. You might want to set that in if you have a lot of countries. I'm going to set it to translate automatically to English. You can also remove images in the reviews if you want to, or import reviews with images only. And you can set in how many you want to import. So I'm just going to put like 20. And then you can also add in keywords that you want to skip. For example, if someone says it's bad, like that, you can add that in, and then you can do comma. Okay, and then for example, bad, let's say slow. Okay, and then click on import now, and that's going to import the reviews for this product. So once that is done, we can hover over here. Let's click on update, and hopefully if we scroll down over here, we have all the comments, which is the reviews. So you can go in there and click on edits, and you can review the comments, and you can also edit it. For example, if it has any images that you want to delete, you can also do that as well. So let's just click on back, and let's try and find one with perhaps an image, maybe something like this one over here, edit. Okay, so it does have one image, and let's just say, for example, you want to remove it, you can remove it. You can also edit, some of the stars or the country that is from as well. Okay, and click on update. So let's head back over here, and I think we have forgotten to do one thing, which is add in the product categories. So add a new category. So this one's going to be backpacks, like that. Add new category. Okay, and then I think it's good to go. So let's just click on update. So basically this product has been published, and we can go ahead and click on view product or the URL here. Let's refresh this page, and this is the product page over here. Okay, so that's the basics of importing the products from AliExpress and displaying it on your website. Okay, so I've just quickly added just a few more products, and as you can see, the products are displaying right now. So what I want to show you now is how to customize the look of your site, as well as how to change sort of the display order of your products as well. So to customize your website, we're going to go back to the dashboard area. So over here on the left hand side, you should see customizations. So click on the demo content, and by using the classic content, it's going to basically generate content and all the pages that you need pretty much automatically. So we're going to use the classic content, and that has been applied, as you can see on the right hand side. And let's go ahead and visit the site. And if we scroll down over here, they've actually created most of the pages that we actually need with the content there already. So let's say, for example, if you want to edit these pages, you can click on it, and you can go to, for example, the About Us. Okay, so this is the content over here. Now to edit the page, you can't actually go and click on edit page, because these are the sort of template ones that are created by the theme. So for these ones, you have to go back to the dashboard area, and you want to go to customizations here. And here are the pages that have been created. So the About Us, thank you, contact us, and things like that. So you can go ahead and click on About Us. and you can edit the content over here. Okay, so you can change the description, change the title, upload a background image. You can enable and disable certain blocks that you want to display or you don't want to display. You can also hide certain things as well. Okay, so let's just say, for example, you want to hide the partners. You can hide that, save settings, and let's go back to the about page. So let's go to about us, scroll down, and let's purge all. Okay, so as you can see, we've just basically cleared the cache. The cache is basically sort of like the temporary storage, and that has been removed, right? So that's the basics of editing the pages. So let's go back to the dashboard and then go to customizations. We can click on the general tab. So here is where you can change the fav icon. So the fav icon is the little icon on the tabs. So here we can click on upload and we can upload our own fav icon. So you can design your fav icon and logos on canva.com, or you can get like a free logo on like fiverr.com, which is like a freelance website. So let's go ahead and select the images. So let's go to the dropshipping tutorial. We've got the logo and fav icon, and I'm just gonna upload this one over here and upload, select, and then here we have our fav icon. So over here, we've also got the different display options. Do you want to enable the currency switcher, lazy load? I generally just leave those as defaults. Generally, I leave most things as default, but here you've got the template colors. So you can go ahead and change the template colors depending on your brand colors. And once you've done that, make sure to click on Save Settings. So those are the basics of the general settings. The head section over here. So this is basically where you might paste in any Google Analytics code or Facebook pixels and things like that. And you can click on Save Settings. You've got the header section. So this is where you'll change the logo. So over here, click on Upload, select Files, and then you would just upload the logo. So for example, I'm going to select these two. Okay, click on Open. And I think this one is the dark one. Okay, and then you've also got the white version of it. Okay, upload that in there. And then we can scroll down. You can also enable or disable the sticky header. So the sticky header is basically when you are scrolling down, do you want that to be activated? Okay, so that's the sticky header. It stays there like that. If you don't want that to display, you can disable it, right? So save settings, go back over here, refresh. Then if let's just purge all cache again. So if we scroll down, the header doesn't stick there. Okay, so that's the sticky header. I'm just going to enable that because I think that is sort of like a good user experience. Click on Save. And here we can change the header colors. So enabling the dark overlay, basically it will have a dark overlay so the menu items are more visible. Generally, I do enable that one. It sort of depends on which image that you put in later on. Okay, I'm just going to keep all the same colors there. Save settings, and then we'll go to the home page. So here we've got the different slider settings. So this is basically editing this hero section image over here. So you can change the button color if you want to. Okay, so this is the button color. Let's just say, for example, we change it to like a blue or a purple. Oops, let's change it to something like that. Choose, and this is going to be the hover color. So generally for the hover color, I'm going to pick the same one. So I'm going to copy that, come back over here, paste that in, and I'm going to choose just a little bit darker. Okay, something like that, so people can hover over it and it goes a little bit darker. Okay, and here we can put in a YouTube video ID. Okay, and for example, if you have a YouTube video, you can put the YouTube ID over here, which is generally the ID at the end of the YouTube URL, and you can paste that there. You can also change the sizing. You can change the hero image. So for example, upload. Let's go ahead and upload a few images. So we can go to the hero images. So for example, I'm going to upload this one. Oops, no, this one, and this one, perhaps this one over here, and no, not that one, and this one. Click on open, click on select. Okay, so over here we can crop that image to the perfect size and then click on crop. So this is the recommended size that you want your hero image to be. Otherwise, sometimes if it's too big, then it might be very slow to load because it's a large file. If it's too small, then it might be a little bit blurry and low quality. So you want to make sure that it is very similar to this size over here. And here we can change the primary title. So as you can see, this is the title over here, and you can change that. You've also got the sub headline, which is secondary title, which is over here. Okay. And then you've got the shop now button with the shop now link. So for example, if you have a specific product that you want it to link to, for example, this blender, if you want to link it to that specific blender, let's say it's over here, click that blender, okay? And then just copy that URL, copy that, and just scroll down over here. And then what you want to do is just paste that URL in here, okay? So when people click on that specific button, it's going to link them to that product page. So once you are done, then we can scroll down over here and we can finish off editing all these ones. So I'm going to go ahead and upload, and I'm going to just select the images. So make sure that's aligned properly, crop. And then obviously you can change the title and the buttons and the product that you want to link to. Change the image over here. I'm just going to do this one, select. Let's move this down a little bit. Click on crop. Okay. And then we're going to make sure we want to save the settings. And then over here, because we're editing the home page, as you can see, we've got the product settings. So let's go ahead and go to our home page again. And let's purge all. Okay, so now we have our new homepage with a new hero image. Obviously, you can change the color of that text, maybe make it a little bit more white, okay, so it's more visible. Scrolling down here, you've got the best deals and you've got the trending now. So this is the ones which is showing over here. So show best deals, show just arrived, show trending now. So let's just say, for example, you just want to show best deals and maybe just arrived, then you can deselect that one if you want to. And you can also change the amount of products that you want to show. You can also show just featured products. So for example, you can select the featured products that you personally want. So over here, you can add product. Okay, so we can scroll down and let's say you want to add these as the featured. So we can select over here and add, or you can just click on each individual one like that. Okay, so apply. And that's been added in as the featured products. So since we have those featured products, perhaps we don't need, just arrived, just have maybe the best deals and the featured products. Then once you're done, click on save settings. So scrolling down over here, you've also got the blog settings. So if we refresh the page, scrolling down, okay, so the blog is not showing up because we don't have any content yet. So here we've got the blog. I'll show you guys how to add in a blog post shortly. Just make sure you save that in. And you've also got a section where you can add a little bit more about your website over here. Okay, so I've just asked ChatGPT to write a short 150 word about us section. So we can perhaps just copy that section over here. And let's go ahead and just paste that in. Okay, so our store name is welcome to VJ341. Okay, so that will be your brand name. And here we can just click on save settings. And I think that is good to go. So once that is good to go, we can go back over here and refresh. And then over here, hover over here and purge all. So just clear the cache. And here we have the about us section. So perhaps we could do like, maybe add a title here. Our story. And then we can set this to heading 2. Perhaps I might just put that in the center as well. Okay, so now how do we add blog post for our website? So to do that, we could go back over here and you want to go to post. So here we can click on add new, and here we can type in a title for the post. Okay, so I've asked ChatGPT to write some content for us as well. So I'm just going to copy over this title over here, just paste that in, and then here is where we paste in the content. So we just grab all that content over here, copy it to clipboard, and just paste that in like that. Okay, so this is just an example. Obviously you do want to look through it and make it more unique, perhaps add a few images as well. So you can click here and you can add some images like that. Just click on plus, and then here click on image and upload a few images, right? So for example, we could upload, and let's go ahead and find the images that we have. So blog images, let's just say for example, okay, so this one over here, and then you have an image. Okay, so over here we want to click on post, and then what we want to do is you want to click on categories, and you can add a category. Okay, so for example, this would be like the travel category. So let's just add that in like that, and then you could add a featured image. So for example, this one over here, set that featured image in. And scrolling down over here, you can also add in a product which is related to that blog post. So for example, add product, and perhaps you have some luggages that you want to display. You can click on plus, and that's going to display, I think, next to your content. So click on close. Let's click on publish for now, publish again. And then over here, we can click on view post. Okay, and then you have a blog post. So a blog post is good for generating traffic to your website. So if you're able to create, for example, content that people are searching for on Google, and you're able to rank the blog post on Google, when people click into that, they read the content and they're like, oh, okay, so here we've got the bag over here as well, and then they check out your store and they purchase from you. Okay, so that's the main purpose of creating content. Or you can also write specific sort of updates or news for your website as well. So let's go back to our website. Okay, so this is the blog page. Go back to the shop. Okay, scrolling down over here, and your blog post will be listed over here. Okay, so the other thing that I want to show you guys is basically how to edit the other pages as well. So click on dashboard and then customizations. So here we can click on the single product, and here is where you can edit the display options for your single product. So you can, for example, you can open up this product over here, and you can play with the display settings, what you want to show and what don't you want to show. Okay, and then once you are happy with it, you can click on save settings. So for example, one of them is the products tab settings. Okay, and here we can display it, or you don't want to display it, you can hide them, right? So this is a setting where you can open the tabs by default, or close it. So for example, over here, the product details, if you want that to be automatically sort of opened up like that, then you can select it and click on save settings. Okay, so you can play around with the different display settings over here. Okay, and let's say for example you want to edit the checkout as well, so you can click on checkout, and you can hide and show certain things as well for the checkout pages, which I'll show you a little bit later on when we fulfill the order. So once we have done that, then we can go to the checkout features. Okay, so you can enable one page checkout as well. So let's just click on save settings. Over here, we've got the enable checkout countdown timer. So you might want to enable that one if you want to. So you can enable that, and I'll show you how that looks later. Okay. For the trust box, I might not include that. Okay, so it really depends on how you want to display it for your website. So over here, we've got the about pages, thank you pages, contact pages, and you can go ahead and edit those. So for the social media, so basically if you want to link your social media pages, then you'll need to paste in the links in here. Okay, so you can go to your Facebook profile link or your Instagram link, paste it in here, and then click on Save Settings. Okay, so it's very, very simple to do. So over here, you've got the subscription form. So if you want to allow people to sign up to your newsletter, you can edit that as well. You've got the footer section over here. So here you can change the footer colors as well as the different menu items on the footer section. So for example, over here, so this is going to be a footer section. So let's just say, for example, we want to change the color to a darker color, maybe just like a very dark gray. Choose Save Settings and refresh that page. And we might need to, again, purge the cache as well. Scroll down. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so let's go back over here, and this is the title. So the title is here. Okay, so you can change that if you need to. And you can also enable or disable the payment methods. And you can also click into it if you do want to upgrade the different icons as well. Okay, so it really depends on what you want to do. Perhaps we want to remove that one, discover, and maybe let's remove maybe this one over here. Save Settings, and then you've also got the contact details if you have a phone number, email, and if you want to put in your address as well, then you can add that in. Okay, and make sure to save the settings. So over here you've also got the blog page, and you can change the sort of blog page display settings. The 404 page is basically when people go to a page that doesn't exist, and you can edit what that specific page looks like. Okay, so for example, you can change the text, and you can add a background image as well. Then you've also got the customer account, so you can change the specific colors dependent on your brand that you want, and then make sure to save the settings. So that's just the basics of the customizations. So this is the Rubens theme. So it's a free theme by AliDropship, and that's how it's sort of been created, the actual look and appearance of the site. Okay, and if you do want to change the appearance and things like that, you can try the other paid themes by AliDropship as well. So now what we're going to show you now is how to create a menu. So the menu item is the menu on the top over here, okay, because you might want to rearrange it. So to do that, we could go to the dashboard section, and then from here, you want to hover over appearance and then select menus. From here, you want to select a menu to edit, so you can click on it, and you want to select the main menu. So this is the menu that they've created for you. So over here, you want to click on select. Once that is selected, then you have the different menu items here by default. And what you can do is right now, we can just delete them first. So you can delete them first, and then I'll show you guys how to create it by scratch. Just click on the drop down and then just remove one by one. So once it has all been removed, then on the left hand side, you can add in any of the pages, the post, which is the blog post, your products, custom links, categories, and also product categories. So for example, one of the pages that is very common on a lot of websites or on e-commerce stores is a shop page, which links to all the pages. So to create that, what we need to do is we need to go to custom links, and then over here, we want to get the URL. Okay, so from here, we want to copy our URL and then just paste it in here like that, and then type in here at the end, product. Okay, then for the link text, you want to call it shop, or you can do like shop all or shop page or anything like that. So I'm just going to call it shop, add to menu. Okay, click on save menu on the bottom right hand side, and then from here we can do a refresh of the page, and then you should have your shop page in your main navigation area, and then that's going to link to all the products that you have listed on your site. Okay, so the next thing I'll show you guys how to do is to link a specific product. So a lot of the times when you create a dropshipping store, you might have a winning product, and we can add that in. So click on products here, and you can click on view all to show all the products on your page. So basically, let's say for example, you want to have this anti-theft waterproof laptop bag, as a menu item, add to menu. Okay, there we go. So one thing that you can do is click on the drop down and you can edit the navigation label. Okay, so the name of the products that's going to show over here, because sometimes it might be like a little bit too long, so sometimes you may need to try to make a little shorter. So let's just do anti-theft laptop bag, something like that. Okay, and then you can click on save menu. Once that is done, then it's going to show on the top over here like that. Okay, and that's going to link to that specific product. Then the other thing that you may want to do is you may want to perhaps add other pages. So for example, you might want to display, for example, maybe your about page or anything like that. So over here, you can click on the pages, drop down over here, click on view all, and you can add perhaps like your blog page, add it to menu, and then it's going to show in your menu as well. Okay, so I'm just going to remove that because I don't want it to show there. Click on remove. Another thing that you can do is you can add your blog post as well, individually or something like that. And you can add the categories, your blog categories as well. So I'm not going to add that in because that's not the most important thing on the e-commerce sites. So over here, we've got the product categories. Okay, so for product categories, you can do something like luggage, add it to menu. Okay, so these are all the product categories on your site. And we can save to menu. And then if we refresh this page over here, then it should show the luggage like that. And that's going to link to that specific category. Okay, so for this category, we've got 2 products in here. And what we could do is you can also do like a little drop down thing. Okay, so what you could do is you could do perhaps, let's just say, for example, that's like travel or something like that. And you may want to add like backpack, duffel bag, just something like that. Okay, maybe sports bag, I'm not sure. Add to menu like that. And if you want it to drop down, you can just sort of click it and indent it below the luggage or below this category on the top here. Okay, so click on save menu, and then we can go ahead and refresh the page. And then when we hover over this specific one, it's going to show the other categories as a drop down, as well as show the luggages. Okay, so this is from the luggage category. So whichever category that you want to sort of display over here, then you can put that as the sort of main category on the top over here. Okay, so those are the main things that you would probably want to use the menu for. And then also you can also click on the about, okay, and select. So this is the menu on the bottom here. So these are the pages over here. If you want to edit or change the pages, you can go ahead and edit those. Okay, so these are custom links. So basically how it works is you'll add in a custom link over here. Okay, paste in the page URL. Okay, so whichever page that you want. So from here, just you can just copy the URL of the page. So for example, if you want to link it to like an account page, you would just click into that, maybe click on view. Okay, copy that URL like that. Okay, just paste that in here, and then you can just do account page or account like that, and then add that over here, and it's going to be on the bottom like that. So save menu, and then let's go ahead and refresh that page. And then you've got the account down here. So it's as simple as that, right? So that is the basics of editing the menu. What I want to go through now is the AliDropship settings. So to navigate to the settings for AliDropship, you want to click on AliDropship here. So over here, this is the menu for the normal WordPress. So you want to click over here on the top. Okay, so to go back, you can click on main menu. So over here, you want to click on settings. And then here are the general settings. So for the order fulfillment, and as you can see for all these sort of tabs, you've also got a button where it says how it works. You can also click into that to read more about it. But generally, I do tick these two. Okay, so the most important thing is basically when the tracking ID is actually added, then it will automatically change the order status to be shipped, and then they'll send your customer a order shipped notification. Right, so I normally check these two. This one is the processed status. Okay, so basically when you place the order on AliExpress, it's going to change the order to be processed. And over here, you can also put in your default phone number. So if you don't want perhaps your customer to add their phone number, then you can put this over here. You can also override it, okay? And this is the custom note for the supplier, and we can click on Save Changes. So here we've got the product's images. So sometimes you may want to upload the images from AliExpress onto your own sort of hosting server. Okay, so sometimes you might want to do that. I probably wouldn't do it for like the product description images because there are quite a lot of images sometimes and it might slow down your website. So you might want to do it for like your featured images or your variation images. It's going to leave that unchecked for now, and you can click on Save Changes and then scroll down over here. You've also got the tracking service. So you can also set it to attach the estimated delivery time, okay, when the order ship notification is sent to the customer. And we can scroll back down over here, AliExpress cashback. So you can sign up for that if you want to get a cashback from each purchase of AliExpress. And over here, I'm going to leave these two as default. And going back here, you can click on pricing. So pricing is basically where you can set in a pricing formula. If you are not basically setting the prices manually yourself, you can add in a formula. Generally, I don't really use it because I manually set the prices, but if you want to use it, then you can click on Add New Formula. And basically, you can apply it to all categories or specific categories, and then you can set the minimum cost of the product. So let's say, for example, products between $5 and $10. You want to multiply it by perhaps a value of 2, okay? And you might do like, perhaps plus 5 as well. So basically, if it's $10, then you times by 2, then the final price is $20 plus 5. So that would be $25 for that product selling price. Okay, so you can add that in, save changes. And then over here, scrolling down over here, you can also do the price rounding as well. Okay, and scrolling down over here, you can update the prices. For example, if you haven't set the formula yet, then you want to set it after you've imported the products, you can update it. Okay, so here we've got the currency, and here we can add additional currencies. It'll basically show up on your website. So for example, if you want to change a default currency, normally I just keep it as the default one, and the additional currency, perhaps you want to type in Australia like that, and then let's see, maybe let's do, I don't know, Malaysia or something like that. Okay, and then you can set in other currencies as well. You can also click this to enable this option to detect the customer's geolocation, and it'll change it to that specific currency. So this is the default currency. Generally, you just want to leave this as defaults, and then click on Save Changes. So then basically, if we refresh the page, then on the top over here, okay, so it's not showing up right now. Let's purge all for the cache. Okay, there we go. So you can change the currencies like that. Okay, so here we've got the updates. So this is kind of important because the AliExpress products sometimes will automatically update. For example, the product might be out of stock, or the variations might be out of stock, or it might disappear. So generally, I do like to set the notify me for whenever things happen. Okay, so for example, when a product disappears or is out of stock, then you can set the settings over here. Generally, you do want to set it either to 0, or if you want to set it to draft. So basically, it's going to hide it from your store completely. And then when it comes back, then it will basically publish it automatically as well. Okay, so you probably don't really want it to do nothing, okay, because if that product disappears, you don't want people continuing to order from you. Okay, so I'll show you guys where you can change the email notifications. So basically over here, you've got when a variation disappears, so you can set the quantity to 0, or you can disable that variation as well. And here, when the price changes, I set it to do nothing, okay, because basically I am manually adjusting the prices, but I do want it to notify me. So I will basically check, what the price changes are, and then manually edit that, okay? And then here, when the stock changes, normally that's update automatically. And you probably want to activate the auto update. Okay, so you can set the intervals. Daily normally is a good interval to set it at. And then click on Save Changes. Okay, and you might want to update it over here as well. Okay, so that's finished updating. So basically, you want to set the email notifications to the right email. So to do that, you might want to click on the main menu, and then you want to click on the settings, hover over here, and then click on General. So here is where you can update your email address, right? So this is basically where all the notification emails will be sent to the email over here. And you want to make sure you confirm it if you change it. Okay, so let's head back to the AliDropship settings over here and click on shipping. So for the shipping countries, you want to set the countries that you are shipping to. So generally, you can start off with the ones that you're advertising to. You don't want to really sort of overcomplicate it by shipping it to all countries, because some countries it just takes a long time to arrive, and they don't make much sales, and you don't want to deal with all the headache. So perhaps you could choose like United States, UK, like that, United Arab Emirates, and then here we've selected the countries that you want to ship to. Here you can set in the default country, and here you've got the shipping options. So by default, you've got the free shipping options, you've got super savings, standard, and expedited. So let's say, for example, you want to add another one. So we can click on create, and this is the shipping ID. This one over here, we could do like DHL Express, or it could be like FedEx. And the minimum order price, you might have that, or you may just leave it empty. Here we can put in a estimated delivery time. So perhaps this will be 7 to 10 days, just like that. And then the shipping cost, let's say it's $20. And then over here, you can set in the specific zone as well, because sometimes with each of the individual sales on AliExpress, they may not offer the specific express option for that specific country. So you may want to set that in, and you may want to set it to apply to specific products only. So you do want to check basically which countries they do ship express to. You can also contact them via private message, because sometimes it may not actually show up on the shipping options for their sort of product page, but you can ask them to ship via those methods as well. Okay, so here you can apply to specific products, and then you can click on add. So let's just say, for example, you want to apply to all. Okay, let's click on save, and then that has been added in. Okay, so let's click on back over here, and then you've got the DHL Express over here. So here we can enable that, and then this is going to apply to all products. Okay, so here we can also click on edit, and you may want to do a minimum sort of order price for the free shipping, as well as adding the delivery time as well. And you can also edit it to apply to specific products or categories, and then click on save, and then click on back. So that's the basics of the shipping. And here we can also click on the manage attributes. Over here, these are the attributes that have been added. So if you click on how it actually works, so basically you can actually change the names of it. Okay, so over here, right, we can scroll down, and as you can see, it says ships from. So sometimes the products will have ships from China or ships from Russia, shipping from different countries, and you may want to rename it, right? So you might want to rename, let's say, for example, when it says ships from China, you may want to do like outside of the United States, something like that, or outside of the local country that you are selling to. Okay, instead of ships from China, because sometimes it may affect conversion rates if people believe all their products come from China, even though that a lot of products do come from China. So you can update that and update the products over here. Okay, so here we've got the manage size guide. So sometimes if you have clothing imported or other products which have sizes, then it may actually import the sort of size guide information, as you see over here. And you can also edit the titles as well, right? So as you can see over here, if you want to edit the title size, you can change it, okay? So we don't have any clothing on our website right now, so we're not going to edit that, but you can. And here we've got the notifications. So I'll show you how to set this up shortly. It's kind of important because you do want all your sort of order information to be sent successfully to your client's inbox. Otherwise, sometimes if you don't set it up, then the order notification will be in their junk inbox, or it may not be delivered at all. So I'll show you that a little bit later. And you've also got the coupons, so you can add in any coupons over here. It's pretty easy to do. Just click on add new, and then you can set in the coupon name, and then you can do the discount amount. Okay, here we've got the accounts. So if you want to allow customers to create an account, then we can enable this. Okay, and then basically you just need to save changes over there. SEO settings. So basically the SEO settings, I normally have all this ticked, and then I'll show you guys where you can actually edit the SEO information for the products. I think it's kind of important to do for each of your products, so that not only you're advertising on paid platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and let's say for example Google Ads, TikTok, and things like that, you do want it to sort of rank for organically on Google, and the SEO settings is important. So we can keep those all as default right now, but enable all these ones and save changes. So to edit the SEO settings for each of your products, you want to head back to the main menu, click on the products, and let's say for example you want to edit the SEO information here. Click on one of the products, and you want to scroll down to the product options. So scroll past that over here, and then you want to navigate down here to the SEO options. So it should be below reviews once you've actually enabled it. So you can click into that, and here you can change the title of the page as well as the description. So this is the meta description that is going to show up on Google, as well as the title. Here are the tags that you can put in. So for example, with Gymshark, so this is the category, seamless for women. And as you can see, they've put this title there as well as the description. So the meta description that is going to show up. So this is kind of important because it's going to help with your search engine rankings for that specific keyword that you optimize for. So what you do want to do is, if you want to rank on Google, then you do want to do some keyword research and research basically what keywords people are searching for, and that there is low competition that you can actually target. So you can use tools such as Ubersuggest or perhaps Ahrefs. That is a little bit more expensive though. So once you've done the keyword research, you can optimize the titles as well as the description, so that when people are searching for it, then it's basically, with Google, it just scans your website, scans your title to see what is basically relevant, and that basically helps your ranking, right? So obviously there's a lot of other things that you do need to do, but this is a big part of it with your title and meta descriptions. Once you've edited that, then you can click on Save Changes, and we can head back to the AliDropship settings and then click on the taxes. So for the taxes, you can enable the taxes as well as enable it to apply to shipping costs depending on your country. And here I normally set it to calculate the tax rates based on the customer shipping address. Let's say for example I'm based in Australia, and if I'm shipping overseas, then normally those customers don't need to pay any taxes because they don't live in Australia. But sometimes if you're based in the United States, you do have something called the origin-based as well as the destination-based sales tax rates. So it gets a little bit complicated, so you do want to probably read up more about it. But don't worry about it too much right now until you're making a few sales. Then you can contact your accountant to get it correct. So basically, I would just exclude the taxes to be displayed because I'm selling internationally and the international customers don't need to pay tax. If I'm just selling locally to, for example, Australian customers and they need to pay tax, then I'll include it. Okay. And here we can just click on Save Changes. Then you can click on the tax rates and you can set that in. So you can set in Australia and the tax name. In Australia, it's called GST and the tax rate is 10%. And then you can click on Save Changes. Right. So you can also click on how it works to learn more about it. If you're based in the United States, you may need to add multiple tax rates for each of the different states. And yeah, so basically you can read up more about it and you can set in the different tax rates for different states. It is a little bit complicated. With the WooCommerce version of the AliDropship plugin, you do get the automated taxes, basically the WooCommerce automated taxes. So I guess that's one of the benefits of using that plugin. But in terms of setting up the website, it's a little bit harder because you do have to customize everything yourself. But yeah, so don't worry about it too much right now until you're making a few sales. Then you can contact your accountant to get a more accurate look at how to actually set it up properly. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you right now is how to connect the payment gateways. Now I want to show you guys how to set up your payment gateways so you can accept credit and debit card on your website. So here we can select the services, and I'm going to be choosing Stripe. Now you can use one which is most popular for your country, for example, Razorpay for India. The setup process is fairly similar. Okay, you just need to connect it and basically sign up for an account for whichever service that you're using. So for example, if I want to sign up with Stripe, you do need your business information like your business name, business numbers, any tax numbers, your address, phone numbers, and things like that to create an account so that you can, deposit the money back into your bank account. So over here, select the option and then we can enable it. So the main thing that we need to do for all these services is to connect them both. So for Stripe, we need the publishable key as well as secret key. So here we can go to the dashboard and click on developers, click on the API keys, and over here we can create a new secret key. So this is the publishable key. So we can click on that and to basically copy that and just paste that in. And then we just need the secret key. So we can create a new secret key and let's put in the verification number. Okay, for the key name, let's just do DS Store 2023. Click on create and just copy that to your clipboard. Okay, and then go back over here and then just paste that in and save changes. Right, so that's basically all you need to do to connect them to. The hardest part or the longest part that's going to take time is basically just creating your account. Most of the setup process should be fairly similar, and you can also do the same for PayPal as well. Okay, so if you need more information, you can also click on how it works, and that's the basics of setting up the payments. So if we go and visit site, let's just click over here and purge all. So let's go ahead and let's say we want to add this product into the cart. Proceed to checkout. Scrolling down over here on the right hand side. So over here, people can put in their card number as well as the card name and complete and pay the order. So once they have paid, the money will be actually deposited into your Stripe account. And then from your Stripe account, you can set up the deposit schedule to your local bank account. Okay, so that's generally how it works for most sort of payment gateways. And yeah, you can set that up. Now what we need to do is to create a free email in Hostinger. So if you haven't signed up using Hostinger, then you'll need to find out where you can actually create a free email within your hosting cPanel area. With Hostinger, so you want to log in and you want to click on the emails on the top over here. And we can set up the free email service. So click on setup and then select the domain. So this is our domain that we purchased for our dropshipping website, and then click on confirm. So from here, we're going to select the Titan free email and click on select. Then over here, we're going to create a new email address. So this could be like contact, hello, it could be your name as well. So I'm just going to do hello. And then I'm going to make this email my admin. Then we're going to set in a password. And then set in a password recovery email address. So this could be your email address, like that. And then click on create new account. Okay, so this is our new email address and the password is the one that we have set in. So here we can access the mail, so you can click on it. Okay, and this is going to be your inbox. So you can basically just bookmark this onto your browser. So then if you need to access the email, it'll be over here. So we can set in the password. So this is the password that you set in before, and then just click on login. confirm the password recovery email. Okay, we're going to confirm that. And then this is your inbox. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the inbox over here. Now, if you do want to connect it to Gmail, where basically all the emails be forwarded to your Gmail inbox, and then you'll also be able to send emails by using your Gmail account directly without actually logging in here, then hopefully I can make another video and I'll link it in the description below. So this is going to be our inbox. Let's head back over here and let's click on done. Okay, so we have our email over here and people can contact you via this email. So what we need to do is we need to actually set up the SMTP, so the simple mail transfer protocol, so that basically all the outgoing emails, such as the order confirmations, are successfully sent into people's inboxes rather than their spam folder. So we can click on the mail tab over here, and here we can click on manage. And then from here, we can click on the configure desktop app. Okay, so here are the details that we need to set up the SMTP. So we can head back over here. So from here, you want to click on AliDropship and then hover over settings and click on notifications. So for the mail service settings, we want to set it to the SMTP. So they've also got other services here, which are paid services, but we can set up the SMTP for free. I know it's not recommended, but you can change it to the paid ones after you've made a few sales. So once we have set that in, so for the SMTP host and the details over here, we need to go back to Hostinger. So for the outgoing server, this is the details that we're going to need. So we're going to copy this to our clipboard and then coming back over here, pasting that in. SMTP port, this is going to be the one with the SSL encryption. So this is going to be 465 and select SSL. The username is going to be your email address. So the email address that you created over here, which is hello at our domain. So we're going to do hello and then just paste that in. Okay, so hello at our domain.com. And this is going to be your password that you set in before. Okay, so just put in your password. And then once you're done, click on Save Changes, and those settings have been saved. So what we want to do now is to scroll down to the purchase email notification. So here you may want to update it to your Gmail address, the email address that you use most often. And for the email from email, I'm going to change that to hello. Okay, so hello at bj341.com. I'm just going to copy that to my clipboard. The sender name is basically going to be the title, okay, on your email. So I'll show you that in a second. So let's go back over here, and this could be just like your brand name, something like that, okay. And here you can actually edit the email template. Generally, I just leave it as default for now. Once you're happy with that, you want to click on Save Changes, and we can scroll down over here. This is the contact us form settings. So I'm going to change this to email from the same email, and you want to probably just change it to your brand name as well. Okay, scrolling down over here, just save those changes. Scroll down again. This is going to be the order shipped notification. So send a copy to my Gmail email, just like that. Email from, and the sender's name. Scrolling down over here, let's make sure we save changes for that section as well. Scrolling down, change this one too. Okay, so just update everything. And email from, sender's name, your brand name. Scrolling down over here, save changes. Okay, so we're almost done. This one over here, and save changes. Paste in this one here, save changes. Okay, so make sure you check everything. And this one, send customer account creation notification to, so you may want to put that in as well. Save changes. Okay, so once that is done, we can scroll back up over here, to the top, and we can do a test email. Okay, so let's just go back over here. So this is going to be the order notification. So we're going to go scroll down and click on test. Okay, so as you can see, the test mail has been sent to, and then over here, this is the thank you for your order notification. As you can see, the brand name is included in the title, and then you've got thank you for your order, the subject. Click into that, and it's going to pull the information from your order. Obviously, we don't have any information right now. I'm going to show you guys how to do and process an order. And as you can see over here, this is the from email, hello@vj341, which is the same one that we set in, let's see, over here. Okay, so once that is done, I'm going to show you guys how to fully process an order, showing you how a customer will order from your website, as well as how to fulfill your order and show you the notifications. So I'm going to show you guys how a customer will place an order on your website. So let's say, for example, they like this toy over here. They click into it, and then they can view the product and they can select the size. So let's say, for example, they want a 45 centimeter and they want maybe this one over here, this blue one. They can also change the quantity, add it to cart, and this is the shopping cart. It'll pop out, and from here we can click on proceed to checkout. So if you've created a coupon, this will appear over here, and your customer can enter in their coupon code. So I created one before to apply a 90% discount. Okay, and here is basically where they'll put in the shipping details as well as the credit card information, and I'm going to fill that in with my details, and then we're going to complete the order. So once they've filled in the information, they can also select the shipping method on the top here, and they can just click on complete order, and that's going to process the order. So the payment is going to be sent to your Stripe accounts. Okay, and here is the thank you confirmation. Basically, as a customer, they will also receive a thank you for your order confirmation email, and you'll also receive one as the seller as well. Okay, so let's head back over here and let's go to the inbox. Okay, so they'll get an email just like this, and heading back to our dashboard where I'll show you guys how to fulfill the order. So click on the AliDropship, and then over here click on orders, and then over here is the order, so you can click into that order like that. And then here are their shipping details. So on the right hand side, you can click on place order automatically, and that's going to go through, basically you want to make sure that you have logged into your AliExpress accounts, and then as you can see right now, it is basically just filling the details in for you, right? So I'm not doing anything right now. It's basically pulling the address from what we have from our order and basically trying to fill that in for us. Okay, so here, the new address, I'm just going to let it do its thing. I think it's trying to set that in. Okay, so I think it's added that in, and then you can click on confirm, right? If that's the correct details. If not, you may want to edit that. Let's click on confirm. Okay, and we can just add that in. Okay, so let's just close that. Close that right now. Okay, so if the details are correct here, for the payment methods, you'll need to pay by your credit card. Okay, and check all the details. Once that is done, then we can click on pay now. So this is going to pay your supplier, and once they've received the payment, it's going to start processing, and then they'll ship the order directly to your customer. Okay, so that's the basics of how that works. So let's just head back over here. So sometimes it might not automatically refresh here, so you can just click on the outside here, and if you know that you have paid for it, then we can just change that to processed, and that's going to be updated. So once the tracking ID has been added, it will automatically change the fulfillment to shipped, and then your customer will receive another email saying their products have been shipped. Okay, so that's the basics of the order fulfillment. Okay, so this concludes the tutorial, and we've basically completed the website and you can start selling online. Now, if you want to change the theme, you can go to alidropship.com/themes, and you can click on the AliDropship original plugin, and these are some of the paid themes that you can switch to. So the layout is a little bit different. It does look quite nice as well, but I didn't really want to use that one because you have to pay for that. And you know, you can just get started with the free one first and see how you go, and then update later. So I just wanted to let you guys know. And they've also got the Woo compatible AliDropship themes as well. So these ones are compatible with WooCommerce, but you'll need to use the AliDropship Woo plugin, right? So this is if you're using WooCommerce already, or if you want to use a WooCommerce compatible theme. Generally with WooCommerce compatible themes, you're a little bit more customizable in terms of the layout, because you can use Elementor and other sort of builders where you can really drag and drop the layout and things like that. So yeah, so basically that's it. If you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section below. Wish you guys the best of luck with your e-commerce journey.